girl Jade Ashley, and I want to welcome you back to a new video of When the Beat Drops. And like always, you know I'm here to give you my 5 hottest beats and music of this week, so you know you have to stay tuned for more. Okay guys, so let's just dive into this week's beats. So I'm sure you guys know the first beat of this week. I'm gonna have to talk about the VMAs. I kind of feel like it's like old news because it's almost like a week ago, but I just started school, so you know y'all gotta work with me with the time, and I can't be as fast as I was during the summertime. But we're just gonna recap the VMAs really quick. I don't want to go into too much of it, only for the simple fact that the show was whack. And I said the same thing last year when I looked back at like the first When the Beat Drops video, and I said straight up the show was whack. Again, the show was whack, but it was worse this year than it was, you know, last year. And this year, I think for like the first time in like maybe 2 to 3 years, they actually had a significant host, because there was no one that was like kind of like segueing and, you know, doing the order of the show. There was no like host of the VMAs, and I was like, yeah, I should pick me as a host, but whatever. So yeah, so this year they had Miley Cyrus, of course. I said it plenty of times leading up to the VMAs that she will be hosting the VMAs, and I will get to what I think about Miley and her hosting duties towards the end of the video. I just kind of want to go through the show in order. So the first thing I have to talk about, of course, is Nicki Minaj. She opened up the show with Trinity Them Guys, you know, because she's from Trinidad, and Trinity Them Girls, or Trinity Them Gals, however you want to say it, is on her latest album, The Pink Print. And you guys know she just came off the Pink Print tour, so she did an amazing job opening up the show. She had like the whole headdress thing, like she looked like she was ready for carnival, and I was like, yes girl, she bringing the early Labor Day to, you know, the VMAs and stuff. And then after she did that, she segued into her other single, The Night Is Still Young, which is also on the Pink Print, of course. And while I was watching it, I looked down at my phone real quick, right? Then I looked back up and Taylor Swift popped up. When I tell you, I swear Taylor Swift is like part magician, because when I tell you that girl is everywhere and she pops up out of nowhere. So she popped up out of nowhere and she was singing her, she just did the chorus to her song Bad Blood. And I'm like, what the hell Bad Blood gotta do what? I did not get it. And then I was on Twitter the entire time that I was like, you know, watching the show. Somebody was like, oh, this was their way of showing that they don't have no beef after they had that little back and forth situation on Twitter when Nicki mentioned that she didn't get nominated for Video of the Year. But I was like, blah, whatever. Nicki killed it. It was a great opening to the show. And if you guys remember, she was opening the show last year when she did Bang Bang with Ariana Grande and Jessie J. So yeah. And she did Anaconda as well when she opened. So yeah, shout outs to Nicki. Loved her performance. Was probably one of the best performances of the night, I would say, because the show really wasn't that good. But moving on from Nicki Minaj, the next performance was Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. They are on a comeback after the success for their first album and all the Grammys they won and yada yada yada. So they have a new single out called Downtown. Now I had heard about the single and I had, you know, like seen it, like kind of scrolling while I was on my computer, but I never listened to it. So me watching their performance, they did their song Downtown in downtown LA, how ironic. So that was like actually my first time, you know, listening to the song. And I feel like, and I said that I was gonna do it, but I still haven't gotten to it, but I feel like I should listen to the track itself, because with the song and then with their performance, I was a little bit confused. Like, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't really get to hear the song in its entirety. But I think my favorite part of that whole thing was, I was on Twitter, like I said, reading everyone's tweets, and Kid Fury, he had tweeted and he said, Macklemore, girl, if you don't get your ass back to that Old Navy commercial you came from. And when I told y'all, I was so weak, like I was laid out on the floor, like where's the sheet, like come on. So that was hilarious. But other than that, I just feel like that performance was too much. I didn't know what was going on and I didn't get to hear the song. So I mean, if I can remember after I do this video, maybe I'll listen to it or whatever. So yeah. So following Macklemore and Ryan Lewis, Mark Ronson and Bruno Mars won Best Male Video. And that just made me think about that night when Meek was doing that whole, you know, Twitter rant thing, and everybody was just acting out on Twitter. And then, you know, Bruno Mars, he came out of nowhere and he was like, nah, I want in on this Twitter beef. And then he added Ed Sheeran. It was like, fuck you. And then I was like, oh my god. And Ed Sheeran was also nominated for Best Male Video, so he kind of like beat Ed Sheeran. So it just made me think of that. It was something funny. But you know, congratulations to them because they won for Uptown Funk, and you know, everyone loves that song. Who doesn't? So yeah. Moving on to that week, The Weeknd performed I Can't Feel My Face, and he's weird to me, kind of, sort of. I don't even really think, like, he doesn't do a lot of interviews, so I don't even know what his voice sounds like. His speaking voice sounds like outside of him singing. Like, a lot of people were saying, oh my gosh, she sounds so much like Michael Jackson or whatever, whoop-de-doo. So, I mean, performance-wise, he did a great job. So, I mean, other than, you know, me being personally, like, weirded out by him, it was great. And Kanye loved his performance because Kanye was dancing his ass off in the audience. Kanye had a good time at the VMAs, yo. Like, he really had a good time. Every time the camera cut to Kanye, we saw Kanye having a good time, and Kanye was standing up dancing. Like, he was into it. So, yeah. Shout outs to The Weeknd. And then, the highlights of the show. After this, I didn't care about nothing else. So, Nicki Minaj, she won the Best Hip-Hop Video for Anaconda. And first and foremost, Nicki looked amazing. Like, she stood up and she could barely walk on the stage to accept that award. But, I mean, it was worth it because she looked good in that dress. I was like, yes, Nicki, yes, girl. So then, after she, you know, accepted her award, you know, she does her little, you know, she has like maybe 5 voices in one she does when she does like her acceptance speeches. And, you know, she was just thanking people, thanking the children and stuff. And then she thanked her pastor. And then after she thanked her pastor, she said, now back to that bitch over there that was talking about me in the press the other day. Miley was good. And I was like, what? I was like, what? I said, hold on, wait a minute, what just happened? And then Miley, like, she was like, I don't want to say she was shooken up, but, you know, if you guys was, you know, paying attention to what was going on prior to the VMAs, they had to ask Miley what did she think about, you know, Nicki's whole little thing on Twitter when she felt some type of way about not being nominated for Video of the Year. So then Miley had what she had. She said what she said about Nicki and how it was a big deal and yada yada yada. And then, you know, Nicki came for her on stage in front of everybody, and Miley was like, it's not a big deal. It's just an award. I've lost awards before too, and all of this other stuff. And then she was like, don't play with me. She was like, bitch, don't play with me. And I was like, oh my god. Like, that was the best part of the show. After that happened, I said, yo, I don't care about anything else that's supposed to happen. I said, I want to see Nicki go off. Like, that's all I cared about after that. And a lot of people were wondering, like, was that staged or not? That was not staged. Trust me, I'm from New York, and when you serious about it and you going off, she went off. She brung that New York to LA, to the VMAs, was like, Miley was good, talk about me again if you want. And then I was the highlight of the show. That's all anybody ever talked about after that happened. Like, the show went on and everybody was still stuck on that one moment. So yeah, highlight of the show, best part of the VMAs, if you ask me. But after that whole thing, Justin Bieber, he performed his new single, and I will be honest, at first when I was watching it, like, I was watching the entire show, but like, I was watching it and I was back on my phone and social media because, you know, we were still talking about Nicki and Miley. So then I'm watching and I'm like, okay, Justin Bieber, he's singing, he dancing and stuff or whatever. And then I looked and then I'm like, oh shit, he levitating, he up in the air. And then I was like, okay, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool. And then I'm sitting here looking down and then I'm like, okay, go ahead, Justin, yeah, go ahead, keep going. And I'm sitting here and I'm just tweeting and stuff, and then I look up and Justin is crying and I'm like, oh my god. I was like, I'm gonna go back and watch the performance again. That's number one. So he did a great job. And then, like, I was just sitting there and then I was like, he's crying. And then I was like, he's crying because, you know, he's been through so much, or I should say he's put himself through so much, honestly. And, you know, he's just, I guess he was just in this moment where he was like, I'm just so happy to be like on stage doing what I love, and I'm like being applauded, and everybody was like, he had that Chris Brown moment, because if y'all could go back to, I think it was like the 2010 BET Awards, and he was singing Man in the Mirror, and then, you know, Chris Brown had been through so much after that, so it was like he was crying, so everybody was like, Justin Bieber was trying to get that Chris Brown moment at the VMAs and stuff. But I mean, when you really think about it, they've gone through like so much, like in the public, in the media and stuff like that, so I guess when they have that moment of being on stage and performing and being embraced by everyone, like it touches them. So he had that moment where he was just crying, and I was like, much respect to Justin, much respect. But Miley done messed up the whole moment when she popped up on her stage with her ratchetness, and she was like, what? I don't even remember what she said, but I just remember she just killed the whole vibe and the whole mood, because Justin was in like this emotional state and she came on stage with her fuckery. But yeah, so shout outs to Justin Bieber. You know, he's trying to, you know, get back on and get back where he belongs, because when I was in high school, I used to be in love with Justin Bieber. His song One Less Lonely Girl, what? Justin Bieber, One Less Lonely Girl, when I was in high school, that was my shit, yo. Like, that was my song. I used to love it. So I'm excited. Hopefully Justin can, like, you know, regain like his stature within music and stuff, and do better, and hopefully makes better decisions and doesn't keep spiraling down. So yeah. Next, Big Sean, he won the best video with a social message from One Man Can Change the World. And I said it from the very beginning when I did the album review for Dark Sky Paradise, that album was dope. So I felt like it was only right that he was, you know, to, you know, win that award for that song and that video in particular, because it had like a deep message behind it. It was, you know, dedicated to his grandmother. If you hear the song and you hear like a conversation that he has on the phone with his grandmother, like, it was just dope. So I was happy for him. You know, Big Sean is a dope artist, and he's definitely slept on. So I'll say this like every time I mention Big Sean, if you don't got that Dark Sky Paradise, you need to get it. Like, it's long overdue, but it's still never too late, okay? So shout outs to Big Sean. Tori Kelly, Jesus, that girl, I love her. She performed her song Should Have Been Us. She killed it, all on her knees and stuff, like just going in. That was the other best performance. It was just Tori Kelly and Nicki Minaj that had the best performances out of the entire VMAs. So yeah, Tori Kelly, she killed it. Vocals, I've talked about her before. Like, she's just an amazing songstress. Somebody that just, you know, came from YouTube to just doing a damn thing. So I was just happy for her, and I cannot wait for her to like finally start getting recognized with, you know, she's been going to the award shows and performing and showing her voice off and stuff like that, but I can't wait for her to, you know, be recognized and start winning things for her work and her art, because her album. So shout outs to Tori Kelly. Yes, girl, I love her. Okay, so another highlight of the show, if you guys didn't know, and I don't think I've mentioned, Kanye West, he was honored with the Video Vanguard Award, the Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award, and last year that had went to Beyonce, and this year had went to Kanye, and I felt like he's very much deserving of it, because he's like very creative. Just about every music video that he has, he like puts into it. I think for me, my favorite Kanye West video would have to be Touch the Sky. Like, Kanye, he don't just do videos, like, he's not an ordinary rapper. So I felt like him being honored with the video Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award was very much necessary, and which was so cliche and was so corny of MTV. We all know by now that Kanye West and Taylor Swift, they are like good terms and good friends and stuff, so they had her present him with the award. So after the whole, it was a documentary, like that whole little intro about Kanye, that shit was mad long. Like, it was late #1, it was the day before classes started, and I was like, y'all need to hurry this up. But after that long ass introduction of Kanye, Taylor popped up on stage, she said her little speech, and she was corny by saying, I'ma let y'all finish, but Kanye West had the best career of all time. And I was like, boo, that was so corny. Whatever, we get it that y'all cool and stuff or whatever, but yeah. So she presented him with the award. He got up on stage. He was up on stage for like maybe 15 minutes. It wasn't that long, honestly. But he was up on stage, and you know, he was just getting a standing ovation from a lot of people, and he was just like embracing and then taking in all the love that he was getting from the audience before he started speaking. So, you know, usually when artists, you know, are honored or they win an award or something like that, you know, they thank people and they talk about the subject at hand as far as like what they won for. But Kanye, we should have known, we should have seen it coming. Like, I was tweeting about it, but when I really thought about it after the whole thing was over, I was like, why are we really surprised? So Kanye, he just started speaking, and first he reflected on the original incident. I think that was like the 2006 VMAs or something like that, with the whole Taylor Swift thing, when he was like, Beyonce had the best video of the year, blah, 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 right? So he reflected on that, and he was saying that that moment in time, like after that incident happened, you know, it kind of obviously affected him, and people started looking at him differently, and it wasn't in a positive way. And he was saying, as a father now, he would think, like, would he have done that? Like, had he had North or whatever, had he been a father back then, would he have jumped up on stage and stolen that moment from Taylor? And, you know, he said that he felt like he was sacrificed for like artists and stuff like that, because by him being like criticized and everything, you know, that kind of took the heat off of like other people, because, you know, everybody was focused on what Kanye was doing and stuff, and what next move is Kanye gonna make and stuff. So then he kind of got into his little rant and stuff, and he talked about how he didn't like award shows. He doesn't understand award shows. He doesn't understand how, you know, it can be this artist who works so hard, and they pick 5 artists who work so hard and nominate them for a category, and at the end of the night, they can only pick one artist and make those other artists who like dedicated their lives, sweat and tears, and tell them that they're losers. So you're going to take all of these hard-working ass artists, put them in a category, tell one that you're a winner, and tell the rest that you're a loser. He was just going in, and he just had so much to say, and he kept on saying, bruh, you gotta listen to the kids, like, you gotta listen to the youth. Like, he was up there preaching. And out of everything he said in that speech, it had absolutely nothing to do with what he was winning. Nothing to do with the Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award. So it's like, at first I was like, now a lot of people were saying, I don't even understand what Kanye was talking about. He's just sitting here chatting, he's not saying anything. Kanye, he had a message behind his speech. I understood what he was saying. It's just, for me, I felt like, okay, you're being honored with this award, and you're not even acknowledging what they're honoring you for. It's not that you beat somebody. Like, it's not like it was other people that was nominated and Kanye West won. It was like, no, MTV took this stature and decided to, you know, honor you for the work that you've done throughout the years. I could understand if, like, you know, they was like, Kanye West won best rap something or whatever, and so he was being honored basically. So I could understand if that was the case and he won an award and he said the speech that he said, but he was being honored. So I just felt like maybe this was the only opportunity that he felt like he could say what he had to say and say what was on his heart. So yeah, I mean, congrats to Kanye. I mean, I feel like he's still deserving of the award without a doubt. Like, it's not, I'm not going to take that away from him. He's definitely deserving of winning the Video Vanguard Award. It's just that I felt like, you talking about that, nothing got to do, nothing that has to do with the award, basically. So yeah, but shout outs to Kanye. And then at the end of everything, he said, he was like, I'm running for president in 2020. After that, I was done. I honestly, seriously don't think that Kanye West will run for president in 2020. First of all, can we get past the 2016 presidential election? Because we got some issues at hand right now. So let's handle one thing at a time. So let's not even jump to 2020. Let's get past 2016 first. How about that? Okay? But yeah, shout outs to Kanye anyway. After that, the show was dead, honestly. Fetty Wap won Artist to Watch Award, which I was excited for him. I had reported like maybe last week or something like that, he is like the first rapper to have all 4 of his singles on Billboard's top 10 rap singles. It was My Way, Trap Queen, Again, and then 679. So I was like, yes, congratulations to Fetty Wap. He's doing his thing. His debut album is coming out this month, actually, because it's September now. So his debut album is coming out this month. You know, XXL freshman class. He's been doing his thing. He, you know, represented for Jersey. So I was excited. I felt like he was well deserving of that award, and that was an award that was actually voted by the fans. I voted. Hey, Fetty Wap. So yeah. Other than that, Taylor Swift won Video of the Year for Bad Blood, which was expected. No surprise there, to be honest. I mean, Bad Blood is a good song, though. Don't get me wrong. But you know, we just so used to Taylor Swift winning, and I told y'all, she's a magician. She just wins everything and pops up everywhere. So when she won Video of the Year for Bad Blood, I was not surprised. So yeah, that was, oh, and I gotta talk about Miley Cyrus. Miley Cyrus as a host, I felt like she did absolutely way too much, and so many people have been against Miley since she kind of like, you know, became rebellious and started breaking out and being free and being who she wanted to be. And I was down with it, you know, she twerking and sticking her tongue out and doing that. But I felt like she went too far. She did absolutely too much, and by the end of the show, I was like, I'm done. I was like, I'm done. That's it. I mean, that still doesn't take away the fact that Miley is talented as hell. She has vocals on her. She can sing. But all the extracurricular activities, I feel like it's too much, and it's overshadowing her as an artist and as a singer. Like, I feel like all the extra that she does, like half of that show, she was naked. Like, she was just doing too much, and she made the entire VMAs a ratchet ass show. Like, it was just ratchet. And at the end of the night, I was like, yo, BET, y'all had the best award show this year. Like, y'all definitely beat out VMAs. And y'all had the VMAs playing on BET. Like, first of all, I didn't like that, number one. But other than that, I was like, yo, the show, like, she's too much. She made the show ratchet. I feel like she's doing too much, and she's overshadowing her real gift. And that's just the end of it. So that's my first beat. I felt like it was a little bit too long, but we just gonna keep it moving to the second beat of this week. And my second beat of this week, I have to talk about Tyga's new video for Stimulated. And I'm gonna keep this short and simple. Tyga, the LAPD, y'all failing, y'all not doing y'all job. Like, I know y'all is to fight crime on the streets, but y'all need to be on the internet too, and y'all need to be tackling shit on the internet. Because Tyga, he released his music video for Stimulated, and Stimulated is off of his latest mixtape. I really forgot the name of it, but I didn't download it, so it's whatever. But when his new mixtape came out, Stimulated was the first song that everyone talked about. And when they talked about it, they like talked about what the lyrics was. He was talking about him and Kylie basically having sex. Now, that was what was alleged when the song came out, because he didn't say no names. The main line in the song is, she a big girl dog when she's stimulated. She a big girl dog and she's stimulated. Kylie was 17 when everything went down. She's 18 now. But when the song came out, everybody was like, nah, he's talking about Kylie. And he proved us right when the video came out and Kylie was the main girl. Now, I talked about the relationship before, and I was like, you know what? I don't even care, because when I was 17 and I was in love with Tyga, Tyga was in nowhere. But, I mean, it's only so much you could take. Okay, now she's 18, y'all dating, y'all want to be more open about the relationship y'all lied about and said y'all didn't have, but we knew y'all had this relationship all along. But it's like, now I feel like he was disrespecting her in some type of way about rapping about what goes on in privacy. Like, I don't care if she was 18, 19, 20, but for it to go down while she wasn't even 18 yet, and now she's 18, but like, I felt like it was just a little bit too much. I felt like it was disrespectful. And then me, if I was in Kylie's shoes and, you know, he was rapping about that, I was not showing my face in that music video. I'm gonna be like, he not talking about me. Like, I'm gonna deny, even if it is the truth, because I would have been embarrassed. But look, it was too much if you ask me. Yeah, I just felt like it was too much. Like, but you know, I'm below the Kardashians, I guess, the Kardashian / Jenner clan. So I would say probably what I gotta say, it don't make a damn difference, because I'm below them, right? I guess so. So moving on to my third beat of this week, I have to talk about my big sis Tay Tay, Miss Tamar Braxton. She had a big announcement to announce this week, and that announcement was that she is a part of the new season of Dancing with the Stars. And I have mixed emotions about it, to be honest. First of all, I love Tamar. Hey to the Tamar fans out there. I've said it before, but I've never really watched Dancing with the Stars because I just never felt like it was a reason to. I mean, you can hear about it and you can see like when it's like certain people that you like that's on Dancing with the Stars, you can just watch their particular performance, you know, like the day after or whatever, because it's like it's released online and stuff. Yeah, so but she's on Dancing with the Stars, so I'm like happy for her because she's adding more to her brand and doing what she's doing. But then at the same time, I feel like by her adding something else to the plate, I feel like that's just taken away from everything else that she has at hand. Let's, you know, bring up Tamar's credentials right now. So we got 2 reality shows, Braxton Family Values and Tamar Events, a talk show, The Real, which is about to come back this month as well. Aside from that, she's promoting her new album, Calling All Lovers. And then now she has Dancing with the Stars on top of that. Then she has a clothing line. Like, Tamar is doing a lot, and I'm happy for her. And I'm so, you know, from the first season of Braxton Family Values to what she's doing now, I'm so happy for her. But I feel like by her adding just this more onto the plate, that's taken away from what I really care about, which is the music. So it's like, while she's sitting here doing Dancing with the Stars, she won't have this album drop. But my concern for me as a fan is going to be, when is the next time I'm going to see Tamar on tour? Because I've only seen her on the Love and War tour, and that was May 2014. That was May, right? Yeah, May 2014. That was when I saw her on the Love and War tour. So like, I'm excited that she's like on another television show. She's building her brand. Couldn't be more happy for her. But then it kind of makes me wonder. And then, to be honest, like, I don't know her personally, but I wouldn't want her to overwork herself. And then on top of that, she's a mother. So it's like, I wouldn't want her to like overwork herself and do too much, because I feel like she's just, you know, she only has 2 legs and 2 arms and stuff. Like, she's only pulling herself, you know, to do too much. So I mean, Dancing with the Stars is not forever, but you know, Dancing with the Stars is going to be very much demanded for everything that she's doing. Because now I'm sitting here thinking she's about to do Dancing with the Stars, but how's she going to sit here and promote her new album, Calling All Lovers? Because that needs more promotion than what it's getting right now. Like, the album comes out next week, and I'll do an album review, by the way. But yeah, the album comes out next week, and I feel like that album needs way more promotion. Like, yes, she has a video out and stuff, and we know about it, but I feel like her new album, Calling All Lovers, is not in our face like when Love and War was, you know, coming out. So I'm excited for her, so congratulations to her, but I'm just more on the worried side, kind of, sort of. So maybe you guys can comment below and let me know what you think about it. Do you think that Tamar's doing a little bit too much, or do you think maybe she can handle what she's doing? Because if she couldn't handle it, maybe she wouldn't do it. I don't know. You let me know what you think below, and I will move on to my next beat, which is the 4th beat of this week, and I have to talk about Miss Janet Jackson. Girl, yes, that comeback. So I've been talking about Janet pretty much a lot lately in a couple of videos, and this past week she officially started her Unbreakable World Tour. I can't even talk, I'm excited. But yeah, she started her Unbreakable World Tour this past Monday, I believe it was, in Vancouver. And you know, of course, there was footage released of her on stage, and you know, she's just still with the moves and stuff, and I was like, yes, Janet, go on. Yes, she still got it. So I was just happy for her. So she started her Unbreakable World Tour, but then it only got better as the week went along. So aside from that, now she released her album cover, the track listing, and her 2nd single. So I will insert her album cover, of course, so you guys can check it out. Her new album, Unbreakable, is expected to hit stores next month on October 2nd on her own record label, which is Rhythm Nation Records, and I'm so excited for her. And then she also released the single Unbreakable, which, you know, of course coheres with the album's title and then like the whole theme of her world tour and everything. And I actually like the single. What I'm glad that Janet is doing is that with this comeback, she's staying in her lane. By her, you know, getting back with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, she's getting more classic. Like, she has classics. So with this new music, I feel like she's just adding new classics to her catalog. That's number one. And what I like is that she's sticking to who she is, like her Janet Jackson brand. Like, this is a whole different, you know, generation, to be honest. Like, you know, but she's sticking to what she knows, and she not popping up with some sound that's not her or popping up with an artist she ain't got no business, you know, collaborating with. So I'm glad that she's being Janet and she's giving us, you know, that old Janet type of feel. One thing that I seen a lot of people talking about was like, oh my gosh, why is she so covered up? I know she's hot right now because like literally no skin showing while she was like on stage and stuff. But you guys have to remember, like, even though she's, you know, on the comeback and she's giving us real Janet Jackson, you know, realness and bringing up good times and stuff, she's married now. Her husband is Muslim. They actually, like, they have like different values. Like, ain't no walking around half naked and stuff like that, and she never did walk around half naked. The most Janet ever did was show her flat ass stomach, which I'm sure is still popping at this age. I'm sure her stomach looked better than mine. So I'm like, don't worry about what she's wearing. The fact that she's back out here and she's doing what she's loving and she's slaying our lives, kudos to her. So I'm excited for her new album to come out next month on October 2nd, and y'all know for a fact that when that album come out, I will be doing that album review as well, because I've talked about this album coming out since, you know, the news broke. So yeah, I'm excited. Shout out to Janet. And if you guys want to hear the new song Unbreakable in its entirety, you can head over to my blog at www.jade-ashley94.blogspot.com. So yes. Now moving on to my last beat of this week. As I'm recording this video right now, it is September 4th, 2015, meaning that today is B-Day, which is Beyonce's birthday. You know, in our minds, it is a national holiday. So first and foremost, congratulations. Happy birthday, I should say. Well, congratulations as well, because she made it to another year of life. So, but happy birthday to Queen B. I'm so excited. And for my last beat, I wanted to, you know, read this playlist. I thought this was like so creative. It was so sweet, and I'm not even going to lie, like when I first read it, I got a little teary-eyed, but because I read it, y'all not going to see me get teary-eyed on camera. But yeah, so which I thought was so cute was in honor of Beyonce's birthday, her family and friends, they did like a playlist for her birthday, and what it is that they each chose a song that reminded them of her. So I just wanted to read it. I thought it was so cool, it was so cute, and I was just like, oh, so sweet. Maybe people should do that for my birthday, you know. This year went by pretty fast, but I just want to read the playlist. So the first person on the playlist, of course, is her husband, Mr. Jay-Z, Sean Carter. So the song that he picked for her is Yellow by Coldplay, and he said the song reminds me of you and I on vacation. Look at the stars, look how they shine for you. So many legendary nights. It represents vulnerability. It's us in our own world, away from work and lost in love. For you, I'll bleed myself dry, which was so sweet. The next person on the list is Solange, and for Solange, she chose the song Holy Ghost by Kim Burrell. Yes, Kim Burrell. And she said, I think about one of the best moments in my life. My sister humming this with me softly, being the calm and beautiful spirit she is, making everything that resided in that moment filled with love. The next one is Mama Tina, and she said Home by Stephanie Mills, which is a classic. She said one of both of our favorite songs. I remember you singing at the People's Workshop when you were just 9 years old. You brought the house down and got a standing ovation and all. You did a spin and wound up backwards, and then what happened became the true Beyonce fashion. You made it part of your act. The show must go on. And then the last person I want to read on this playlist is her mother-in-law, Gloria, which is, of course, Jay-Z's mother. And the song that she chose was I Was Here, which is a Beyonce song, of course. And she said it was moving listening to this song as a mother, as she is letting people know they can be all that they can be and the importance of making their mark. It makes a statement of how amazing she is. Happy birthday to my amazing daughter. And I'm just like, yes, that is so sweet. Yes, it's so sweet. So once again, happy birthday to Queen B. Hashtag B-Day. And yeah, those are my 5 hot beats of this week. Okay guys, so I want to thank you for tuning into this week's video, and like always, you know I have to end every video by reminding you to comment on my videos, like my videos, subscribe to my channel, and share my videos with others. It will greatly be appreciated. I only have one note to leave you guys with this week, and I just want to send a huge congratulations to both Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert. This week they announced that they are expecting a baby girl, and I'm like so excited because I love them so much. You guys have heard me talk about how much I love Teyana Taylor. I've talked about how much I love Iman. I still wish he played for New York because the team is shit right now. But I'm so excited for them. Like, I just love their relationship, like how they like act with one another, like they embrace each other. I love watching them on Snapchat. Like, they're just so dope as a couple, and I'm so happy for them. So once again, congratulations to them. And of course, you know, I have to end the video by giving my song of the week, and I figured it was only right that I make my song of the week a Beyonce song, since today is B-Day in her honor. So I was sitting here thinking, like, what is my favorite Beyonce song? So I think for me, my favorite Beyonce songs would either have to be Best I Never Had or Irreplaceable. And then I was like, I don't know which one to pick, but at the end of the day, I think I'm gonna have to go with Irreplaceable, which is a classic to me. So, song of the week, Irreplaceable by Beyonce in honor of B-Day. Be sure to check out my blog at www.jade-ashley94.blogspot.com. Once again, I thank you for tuning in, and I will see you guys next time. So bye. Hey guys, thank you for watching, and don't forget to share and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.